If your spouse cheated, what would you do? Meet an expert with some interesting opinions and get a taste of what's on the menu at a great Ethiopian restaurant in the Fillmore. And Bay Area vocalist Kim Nally sings at the Raz Room. That's all next, right here on Black Renaissance. If you suspected your mate was cheating, what would you do? Would you continue or leave the relationship? Danine Manette is both a private investigator and a social worker. What a combination. She says there are useful ways to confront what she calls the ultimate betrayal. That's the title of her new book, and we welcome Danine Manette this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. A private investigator and a social worker?
Well, I mastered in social work in college. I don't actually work as a social worker. I work as an investigator full-time, though.
Wow. How did you come to write The Ultimate Betrayal?
I've always been interested in putting puzzles together. I've always been interested in uncovering evidence. So I've always really been someone who dug up information and put it together. Plus personal experience. I am the victim of betrayal in my own personal relationship. And those around me, I just gathered all the information and evidence from all the people that have dealt with these situations in my life.
Well, why do we see so much cheating? Why do we see politicians like Governor Sanford, dare I say President Clinton? Why do we see so much of that?
Well, it's for different reasons. People in power, sometimes they feel as though they're entitled. They're used to the fame, they're used to all the attention. They have different reasons. Marriages and relationships have different points in which the relationship becomes more vulnerable for an affair. So it's hard to say exactly why people cheat. There's a whole realm
now,
of
those
reasons.
people you mentioned, the entitlement, that's one of the key symptoms of narcissism. It's all about me, and I get to have what I want because normal rules don't apply to me.
That's what you find in the athletes and in the professionals, you know, the politicians and the people that are in the public eye. You find a lot of that. They're used to all the attention.
Right. I'm so special.
Exactly.
I can have what I want when I want it. Like
That's
Woody
right.
Allen. The heart has to have what the heart wants.
Exactly.
So never forget that. So now, what is the X factor? You talk about that in your book.
The X factor is the unknown element that can't be determined. You have to solve for X in like an algebraic equation. And the X factor is that element of uncertainty that you don't really know. And for instance, you don't know how that other woman is going to react.
So you're talking now maybe about
The
something
McNair
like Steve
situation.
McNair. Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Whereas I don't know what he was telling her, but apparently it set her off and she went over the edge. And you never really know what that other person is going to do or say, or how they're going to behave when they're hurt or when they're feeling betrayed.
Well, you know, one of the things I always say to people, you know, my specialty is working with couples and relationships in my private practice, and I always say to people who are cheating, what kind of person would cheat with you? A person who's stable, a person who's got their life together. Usually, it's somebody who feels desperate, or somebody who feels they have no other options, or somebody who's really not stable.
And that's why those relationships don't usually last, because they're built on an unstable foundation. I mean, those are the reasons that those relationships, they're fun for the time being, but when the reality sets in and the dark secrets come out as far as the personality issues that the other person has, you know, those relationships kind of, the fantasies over and they kind of
And I remember once doing a show with Oprah called Why Am I Always the Other Woman? And I will never forget a young woman, a beautiful young woman, coming up to me after the show and saying, I'm that woman. What's wrong with me? And I said to her, you have no self-esteem and no self-love. And she just stood there sobbing and said, you're right. My father cheated on my mother and abandoned us. And I've always been chasing my dad.
Right, and a lot of times, you know, the feeling that this man is taking so many risks to be with me makes me feel very special as the other woman, and it's very empowering, and it's like, okay, well, his wife is beautiful, so I must be more beautiful. I must be more special, because otherwise he wouldn't be jumping through all these hoops in order to spend time with me. And that's just indicative of low self-esteem and low self-image.
Yeah, now what do you tell people who are the victims of the betrayal?
Well, they need to decide whether or not their marriage is worth salvaging. I, number one, don't believe that all men cheat or whatever.
Right. And research says that at least 43% may cheat, but that leaves a good whopping 57%.
Right. So, you know, that decision needs to be made by that individual, what's best for themselves and what's best for their family. People will line up to tell you, you know, I'll help you pack your bags and get rid of him and whatever, but you need to evaluate what precipitated this affair. Was there something going on in the relationship that perhaps can be fixed, or is this person a narcissist or a sociopath that's just getting off on cheating?
Right, who's going to do what they want to do no matter what.
Who's just going to keep doing it. Is going to be a serial cheater. You can't really work with those.
Right.
But there are other types of infidelity and cheating situations that you can work with.
Yes, and I believe that that's true, and my experience has been that couples who truly have a commitment to one another, even if something, as you say, we have different kinds of affairs. We have the, you know, I'm depressed and I feel like I'm a failure affair.
We have the one-night stands.
Yes, yes, all of those. Now, you said you've gone through this, and in your book you tell your story. How did you get your marriage back on track?
Well, it takes time, and it also takes a commitment from both people. We did separate for a while, and we worked on ourselves as individuals before we were able to try and rebuild the marriage. But you can rebuild a marriage if both parties are committed and are willing to do what it takes and put in the effort.
Now, are we seeing more marriages come apart? This has been my experience because of these economic times.
Well, I don't know if it's because of the economic times, but it's just a little bit easier. It seems as though divorce is more accepted than adultery, and whereas a divorce breaks up the family, and adultery can cause a problem in the family, but it can also you can also re-strengthen a marriage if you can identify exactly what the problem is.
Exactly.
So families are falling apart now due to economic times, just, you know, left and right.
Yes.
Adultery doesn't necessarily have anything to do with it.
Well, you know, my experience is when people are under stress, and the economy is certainly a stressor, they're more likely to act out.
Yes.
But I love what you said about the fact that families can actually be stronger if they confront a problem and work it out.
That's
true.
And
that is an absolute fact.
It is true.
Now, what are you hoping people are going to take away from your book?
I'm hoping that people will take away the desire to look at themselves and figure out how they can be the best person they can be, how they can strengthen their marriage, how, you know, not only do you uncover clues and how to figure out if there's something going on in your marriage, but not so much to walk away and be angry and be hateful, but to make the best decision that you need to make for yourself and for your family. And if it's to go your separate ways, then, you know, I'll give you the tools to have the strength to do that. But if it's to rebuild your marriage, then I want you to be able to dig in and do that as well.
Wonderful. Danine, Manette, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You wrote a very important book. For more information about Danine and her book, you can go to her website at ultimatebetrayal.com. And I want you to know that marriage is important. It's one of the cornerstones of our community. And I do want people to work on saving their families, saving their marriages. There are lots of help out there. Stay with us.